I've got a chart. I've got a color-coded chart.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
it's one of those things that most of my students have been saying is, yeah, at the very beginning of these classes and stuff, it's very foreign for them to do this, and and try. You can't keep up; it's just impossible. But they say by the end of the classes and stuff, they're able to keep up. So
well, I think what helped me helped me a lot was that you said the last time that you do the same thing every time.
pretty.
And pretty much. So if I can get most of them pre-mixed, I'm happy. And I
Yeah,
love this dog. This dog, where did you get this picture? It's
I,
great.
isn't it? I've had this shot for years. I picked it up at on one of my art one of my uh, pictures for artists sites, and I just been holding on to it, and since I got a workshop next week for dogs and stuff, so I go like I got to get another dog in. So I got to get keep warmed up, painting dogs, and so that's kind of what the reasoning for it too. But yeah, I just love this one. I love the lighting on it.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun. Um, I don't know if you've got plans yet, but are you planning on doing any more onlines next year in the new year?
Oh yeah, yeah. I keep these going.
Oh, do you?
We
Okay,
we have
great.
a winter session, a spring session, summer, and then
Okay.
fall. So I just keep them rotating around, and uh, just have to work in workshops here and there. So there sometimes is a little you know bump in it. So we have to figure to get workshops in too. So like next week, I have a workshop next week. It's goes till Friday, and I was catching a late flight on Friday to get back here and before I can do class on Saturday morning. But with the air traffic the way it's going,
Yeah,
you never
yeah.
know if I'll make it back. So it's just a heads up. There might not be class next week if I can't make it back. Or you guys can do it yourselves. You guys know what I'm doing anyway. You guys don't need me anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty simple. I'll just send you the photo and tell you guys get busy and see what you do. It could be like a test.
Good plan.
Yeah, we'll see.
I love this photo.
Oh, good.
I was gonna quit your class because it was too hard until I saw this photo, and I'm like, no, 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 that looks way too cool. I really want to, I really want to paint it, but I want to try to paint in my own dog.
Yeah, yeah. You
So
were. Yeah, Suzanne.
That was Noelle talking, but I am painting in my own dog.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I was going to show that too. I was going to show your photo too. I mean, what she did it in Chat GPT. She took her own dog and dropped it into this dog, and pretty much got probably almost a better composition than what we have.
I'd love
Uh,
to see it. Can you put it up?
I will put it up. Let me 1 second here
I
before I
I
do that.
have let's see. I have my phone here. Can you can't
Here,
really see it as well,
one
can you?
second, 1 second.
Yeah.
Uh,
So with ChatGPT, so what
yeah,
kind of instructions would you give ChatGPT to do that?
You just go into ChatGPT and you say, I want to combine two pictures, and it gives you the instructions.
Oh,
It's
look at
two
you.
steps. It's two steps. You put in the picture you want to pull the dog from, and you put in the picture that you want to put it into. And then you
That's
tell it
awesome.
move
that's
dog.
cheating. That's so cheating.
Oh
How
yeah,
is
but
it
it's so
cheating?
cool.
I get to paint
So
my
cool.
dog. It is cheating,
It's
but
cheat. No, no. You just don't get caught.
okay. I don't know that but it's my dog.
Yeah.
Now, if I took somebody else's painting and put it in, that would be a problem.
Yeah, that would be, but yeah, no, I don't, there's no problem with doing that at all. You know, that's just like a background thing basically that you
Yeah.
are using. And that's like a pretty common use for everything these days. You're always changing back, swapping out backgrounds. 1 second. Where is it?
Okay. I think I'm ready.
Don't need it. I think I might have a copy of it anyway. I think let me see if it came up in my photos. Let me see.
Yeah, I
James,
just
I
did
think
it
I
with my
lost you
dog.
James, I think I lost you as the primary person on my
Yeah,
screen.
that's okay. Here I got 1 second. I'm coming back. Yeah, she was going to show us the
There you go.
Chat GPT.
I just did it with my dog. I don't know if you can. Oh no, it's too glary. You can't see it.
1 second. I'll show you what we have anyway. Here
Oh,
we go.
fun.
This is what somebody did, and what. I just got to get back to it.
It's the first time I used it. My daughter was here yesterday and I said, I'd rather paint Sadie. And she goes, so put her in the picture. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well,
There's your black
this
and
is a
white.
regular photo that what we were working with.
Working on.
You know, and you know, the one thing I was looking at this dog too, it has squinty eyes and things like that. But you know, that's Sun, and what are you going to do, right? But this is what she did. She was able to do this.
Oh,
She
wonderful.
gave it a full chair, cleaned up everything, made it a lot easier to do the books. You know, the books are now nice and simple to do. They're not like a lot of color, and you still got really good light on the dog. Yeah.
I changed that focus now. I before I pulled it up to paint, you said to increase the shadows. So I slid when you're on the photo, you can change the filters. I changed it to dramatic. So the dog is darker and you see less of the books. Like it's maybe the last 10 books on the right-hand side where your numbers are, your value numbers are cut off. It's much closer to the chair, but it still looks pretty cool.
Oh, it works. I mean, that would be this. This would be great to be able to work from, and stuff. I mean, you should have no problems. Even painting that looks good. I was just, my it was just a brightness thing. As you can see, you can go from here to this,
right?
And you didn't have the light shadow in there either, but that's okay.
Well, I can go to this one and look at it for the lightness and put it on to mine. I thought I could go between them.
Yeah, I think so. So that's a fantastic solution. You did go horizontal with it. We'll see what you do now. Yeah, I'm glad you guys like this one. I do specialize in dogs. So I do lean when we paint animals towards the domestic animals a little bit more. But so if you don't mind. But going over the photo and things like that, values. This is the key thing, of course, is that spotlight on the dog. We got this, beautiful little spotlight, and that light tells us everything about the forms, behind the chair itself down in here where the paws go over it. You can see the shadows are close to the dog or close to the chair. They're not very big. As we go up, we can see even, the shadows start to eat on the sides of the dog here and just start dropping away. And then in the back here, you have this form here on the chair getting light. And then back here, you get the on the books. and you can still got an angle there from the window or shade or whatever, something causing it to break up, which is nice. And you also have the breakup here of the dog here on the thing. So those are like little key things. Like when I'm doing bright shadows like this, really you have to nail those, and you can do them cleanly. We kind of had the same thing on our very first painting where we had we had some really strong shadows up front, and then it kind of drifted back. So this is pretty much the same thing. It's a different dog. Another paws out, looking. This one's at least is looking at us. So we do have to deal with two eyes instead of just one. They are. This is the way dogs' eyes are, because they are kind of closer to the top here of their heads. That they do come in at a slight slant, because the side of their face here, just slides back a little bit. It's not like flat. It has a little bit of an angle to it. Their heads are basically triangles, and so you're not really getting, this, where the eyeball is and stuff. So they do slide back a little bit. This also helps their sight too, because now they can see, well, at least 180 degrees easily. Let's see.
Jim, are you going to make those eyes less squinty?
Yeah, I'll probably end up doing it, and it won't be. It's not. Here, let me get rid of this for a second. You got everything there. It's just a shape. They just a little bit rounder, basically. These are
On the bottom or on the top, or
if you
both?
went with the eyelid and the mascara, and they're pretty much like this. It's just usually mostly on the top, but
Bigger.
a little bit on the bottom. So just a little bit on the bottom, maybe to the light mascara, but then you can take it up like that.
Got it.
But do not they are not that big. This is too big. They're more the closer to that. Eyes just seem like they have big old eyes, but their eyes, every time I draw them, I have to shrink them down because they are pretty small. You can still keep everything else about that eye. You can pretty much keep the same. Where you see the highlights and things like that. They're going to stay pretty closer to the top of the eye than they do drop in the middle of the eye. All right. Also, on this guy, let me see. Okay, back to values. Very dark. Yeah, we're going to be running in here around the 9s to 6s, maybe to 5s on the background here. Then when you get to the light, you're going to go 5s to 2s or 1s on the dog and here. I mean, not even that much of the 2s. It's going to be pretty much mostly in the midtones here. But that means the darks are pretty dark. We're not going to have a whole lot of white added to our colors today. Most of those greens, the chairs and stuff, are going to be pretty solid. We're going to try and get that color right off the bat, and hopefully get a few mixes, not have too much white moved in there. We got this thing back in here too. We got this interesting drapery. Afghan. Yeah. That's a dog. No. Yeah, being thrown on there.
Can we skip it?
And that's the thing is I'm looking at it and going, I'm not sure how much it's going to bring to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's the last thing I'll do. I'll even look at. I might go with the patchwork under behind it, kind of going with the books kind of idea. You know, the books are going to be pretty simple. They're going to be put in just simple strokes, simple as I can make them. Not going to try drawing attention to them, you know, because they will draw, you're going to draw a lot of attention anyway, just because of the color combinations. Speaking of, let's get over there. Because all the color combinations, but they kind of have to be built off of, you know, in the same value as to keep control of the colors, so they don't, you know, hit you. So they don't hit you in the face too hard.
No.
You know, you can just see just that little piece of light, how much that, you know, really just pops, you know, just kind of comes so forward and hits you so hard. If everything hits you hard, you wouldn't see the dog. So keeping it a little stronger is always a good idea. Really good job. I mean, I think it's going to be really fun. Just think of this as a shaft of light. This is all you have to really paint. Everything else back in here, even the dog stuff, is pretty much 1 to 2 colors, you know, or 2 values. Yes? Okay. About 2 values there, you know, on these back things. So we're not going to go too far. We're not going to give the background a ton of love. And that's where I was saying maybe this thing, if we tone it out, you know, I don't think it exactly needs it. I think we could probably get away without it. And, you know, as soon as I did that, you know, really you don't have that pull to the left where you have something pulling you to the left to look at me. You can really look at the dog a lot easier, in fact. So maybe I'll just do squares, you know, just use the background squares instead of, and keep them monotone, keep it kind of drab. That's okay. Cause we've got a green, chair here that is just, you know, kind of just wanting some attention too, and it's just in the right place. So it should work out. Should be kind of interesting. Okay. Any other big questions here? Like I said, I'm going to try and there's going to be a lot of colors, but that's just a lot of them is just a lot of the colors are just going to be because of the books. And we're going to try and, as you can see, there's a lot of blue-green books. There's some red books, gray books, and kind of some ochreish books and gray ones, right? So you got to have some things. We're going to get most of those out of our colors anyway. And a lot of those colors we get probably going to come right into the dog too. So I'm not concerned. I think we can mix up all these colors and get away with a lot of the things here. I mean, get this thing taken care of. There's a little basket down here in the corner. I would not paint. Doesn't really call any attention to, you know, help you visually bring in anything. It's down there. So I'm saying right now, that's you know, you don't have to do it, but if you're Kim, you have to do it. But everybody else can get away with it without doing it. Okay. Or if you're doing Chat GPT, you have to do it. That's yes. I mean, if you're gonna,
I wiped it right out. No, I'm teasing.
So, you know, but thank you very much for that tip, because I think a lot of us run into this problem. And if you do commission work, you get this crap all the time where people send you a terrible dog, but they want it in some other background. And if you don't know Photoshop, you're in trouble. And if you don't have a perfect, you know, position, it doesn't work. And so maybe it'll help. I don't know.
I'll tell you, my dog was not in this exact, my dog was sort of laying on a sofa. Her feet were not crossed like that. When I told the ChatGPT to put her in that, it just did that. It just put her paws like that. So you don't have to have it perfect like you do like Photoshop. You have to take what's there and kind of tweak it.
Huh.
I
Well,
know, I had no idea.
I tried
I'm-
it, I tried it that first week when we had the dog and I was putting my friend's dog in, and it could put the dog in, but it so changed the color scheme. In other words, it went from all the cool spotlight colors we had went to super hot colors. It
Huh.
didn't work. I couldn't get it no matter how many times I asked it to cool off the colors. It still insisted on putting bright red sunlight through it.
I've been
Hmm.
using it for ideas, and I know that some of a lot of what happens is dependent on the words that you use. So you
Hmm.
can ask ChatGPT to tell me how to word it, because it's sending it to Discord. It's sending it to another AI, okay, to do the picture. ChatGPT isn't doing it. It's another one. So it sends it to it. So what you do is you ask ChatGPT, how do I word it so that this is a quiet, calm environment, or how do I word it so that it looks photorealistic rather than illustrative or animated? And it will tell you how to do it, and it almost comes up like poetry. It's really interesting. It's almost comes up like something that is flowing and gorgeous and Shakespearean, but it works. So ask it how to do that instead of telling it what you think it should be, and you'll find the words, and you can write them down and use them later on.
all
It's
right.
also worth trying Microsoft Copilot also, because
Oh, interesting.
especially with images, I find that Microsoft Copilot sometimes does a better job. And the one thing I like about that one for images is it says, here we've taken, this beautiful image of a dog lounging on a library chair with the sun filtering in, and we've changed it. Let me know if you want to see this in afternoon light or morning light or winter light or summer light. And
Yep.
so it gives you options to have it change.
Wow.
If you do it right, ChatGPT will do the same thing.
Yeah.
If you say, give me the words to describe this, then it will say, do you want me to make this less flowery? Do you want me to make this a little more succinct for the other AI to use? Do you want this to be more romantic? That kind of thing. So yeah, I've never heard of that other one. Microsoft what?
Microsoft Copilot. I think
Interesting.
it does. I test all the time with the exact same directions and the exact same images. And most of the time, Microsoft Copilot will give me more of what I want
Interesting.
for images. For wording, for like if I have to, write a business letter or something like that, I like ChatGPT.
Yeah, James, I don't want to take away, but I was just going to tell everyone, it's not you if it doesn't work out. The LLMs are not very good yet. It's still new technology. So no matter how you try to modify the words, don't take it personally if they don't figure it out.
Right.
Well.
Okay, we're mixing.
Exactly. Let's get on with it.
Come on, ladies, let's move it. We're done. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, we're we're on to our mixes. Let's where am I? Oh yeah.
Starting with phthalo green and alizarin.
Yeah. Yeah, just thanks. Well,
Maybe.
now I should, at some point I should start, test you guys. I like doing that. Okay, what color should we use now? All right. Move back out. There you go. Yeah, basically our same colors. I put out the same colors as always. We have titanium white, cad yellow light, cad red light, cad orange, yellow ochre. Today we have pale yellow ochre. Sometimes the packages look the same, and I sort of put it out. And you don't find out that it's not the exact ochre you have, but that's pale ochre. Basically, it's ochre. This is ochre back here underneath it with white. Basically, it's ochre with white in it. So shouldn't make a difference. This is oxide red light. Or is it light oxide red? Light oxide red. Oxide red light. It's really light oxide red, I think. Alizarin crimson or rose madder deep. Oh, this one too. You could have Terra Rosa or your Venetian works here too. This is blue. This is my cobalt blue hue Utrecht. Phthalo green on the red blue side. I was a date you passed. I caught you. Got to tell that was my part of my test right there. And then we got transparent oxide up here, transparent red oxide up there. This up here, I don't know if you guys can see it either. That's orange ochre. So it's very close to oxide red. The packages look so similar sometimes color wise. You don't know until you put it out. When you're in a hurry, you can just go fast. We have some long synthetics here, big long flat synthetics. You might need to do some rounds here and there when you do the eyes, if you need to. But I usually don't. I try to stay away, and I try to make myself use square brushes to do round holes. Why? Because they just get more organic, and they're not so perfect. Here we got some bristle brushes, definitely different sizes, big ones, little ones. Nice paint eraser for clean out areas. Comes in so handy, especially when you're putting the type on the books and you make a mistake and you go back and you erase it out and then you can put it back in. See? Something like that. Big brush, big ideas. And we got our thing here, our palette knife. We will be doing a palette knife painting pretty soon too. Maybe when we do some snow. Gonna do that should be interesting. Putting this to use as a painting tool. All right.
Jim, what's the brand of that purple big brush that you use?
This is a creative choice brush by Royal Langnickel. And it's called a jumbo. You can get it off Amazon. I can probably put it up, send a link to it.
Yeah, no problem. I can find it.
Okay. You get 3 in a pack. They're just beautiful. They come with these different colored handles on them. I'm sorry, that's and there is sometimes there's a problem with the handles, but lately they've been pretty tight. That's pretty good, because usually when I first got them, you'd have to keep tightening it, and I haven't had to do that in a while. So, hey, maybe they figure something out. Okay, here we go. Colors, definitely, greens, definitely a lot of greens, definitely warm red greens. But we do need, as Kim was mentioning, we do need cool colors too. So you're going to need, definitely going to start off with, let's start off with phthalo green. 2 piles, of course. Got to remember one thing. I'm going to be painting just a little bit bigger on this one. So I'm going to put out just a little bit more paint than normal. I'm doing an 18 by 24.
Wow.
I know. I was thinking I was gonna do a 20 by 16, but I was out. I'm out. So so big brush will make up for it. So alizarin in the first one or second one, I can leave one on the green side. It'll be a cool green, which is going to be neat. You might find it more in the crevices and things like that. But the purple side, I'm thinking the purple side might be nice all around. When I get it to the right value, like the midtones, it might be a nice color to put into like almost everything. Instead of, after you put the white in, to gray it all down and have that color be your shadow light. So maybe I'll just end up building all the colors off of a value of that. Yeah, I could try that. That's a good idea. Who came up with that idea? Okay, a couple of other reds. This is light oxide red and phthalo green. Ooh, that's going to be definitely on the red side. As you can see, I'm going to take a piece of it and add it over here because I have so much red into that. And I'll just be on my green side. That I was thinking was going to be in here. And if you can see it not mixed up, that could definitely be there. Might have to go just a hair more green to it. Just a touch more green to it, not much. We'll try it. And then that will go in there too, probably, but it's also going to go in the dog. Both these colors probably end up in the dog too. The next colors. I'm putting out transparent oxide first. Why? Because, of course, it's not as strong as the green I'm going to put in, phthalo green. So I'm going to put it in just a little bit of phthalo green into these.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yep.
Okay, so that was not blue and green. That was transparent.
Transparent oxide.
Transparent. The
Or
light, that's the transparent, no. Transparent oxide red
Yes.
or,
Transparent oxide red. Sorry.
thank you.
It's
Okay.
like burnt sienna.
Yeah, okay, so
It's-
transparent oxide red
And
and green?
just a little bit of phthalo green. So put out the transparent oxide red first, and then just bring in the phthalo green, or you're going to get it'll just destroy it. You're just going to get phthalo green,
Okay,
like this one here. Just like I'm going to leave that as my brown. I'm going to take this one to my green, and this might end up being really in this furniture too. So having all those greens, if it's not there, you're going to be able to gray this color down with enough white to be basically the fur in the shadows. These two. And if we had, I do need to have some more of that color out. Okay, a couple blues. I'm just going to go today with
yeah, I'm missing one.
I'm just going to go with cad red light and blue.
Cobalt?
Yeah, cobalt blue hue. Yeah, cobalt. But if you have cobalt, you're spent too much. This is the hue version, so it's a lot cheaper. Definitely didn't need that much blue. That one's going to go. All right. But this will probably end up being a lot in the face and then right under the nose, the muzzle areas, be parts of books, should gray out, should be another nice purple combination that, you know, if nothing else, can hit a back wall or something like that. Those are our darks for it. Now, dog colors. And we'll put in the dog colors first, and then we'll come up with everything else. You need a little more oxide red light or transparent oxide.
All right. Oh, damn. Let's see.
Oh, transparent oxide. Transparent oxide in yellow. I'm what's going to go with.
Okay.
So transparent oxide in yellow. This is going to give me a nice, really kind of a rich yellow orange that should be able to get in here pretty nicely. Definitely does in my, could even be touched on the touch more yellow side. I'm going to leave this one on the dark side, and then I'm going to lighten that one back up. Doesn't look like a lighten it, so I'm going to darken that one. All right, just leave them. Fine. They're going to help me get into the light. Definitely need a couple more of those. But I need probably cooler versions of these guys. So I'm going to go with the alizarin in yellow. This will give me a little bit more orangey, be on the redder side of the color, cooler side. Just, it's still orange, but it's going to be a little bit cooler than that. And that will help definitely just a touch more red orange there. So it's a little more alizarin in this pile. This one is closer to this, but you can see how those guys can work together. These colors, maybe just a touch more red into that yet. Just a little bit too. There we go. I just need it a little darker just because I want to be able to get something on the outsides of this light here of the dog, that this color just starts to, you know, give me that transition into the shadows. That will work, and then I just got to do basically transition in shadows, which a lot of these colors are going to end up being a lot of the dog colors. But there is a color here I do need now, and I'm going to do cat orange. I'm going to put out two cat oranges. And this will end up being like an ochre. And it'll be just a little bit of phthalo green. So if you just grab just a scraping of it and bring it over, this might, this might end up being perfect for the light on that chair too. I don't, just gonna. No, it's not gonna be cool. What am I talking about? But this will be in the shadows of the dog here. The dog's here. It'll be right in the ears and things like that on the sides. Just a little, bringing in the phthalo just so slightly at a time, because this will turn kind of a couch green pretty quickly. It's really on the edge right now. But it's going to give me a nice ochreish tone that's just a lot richer than ochre. Yeah, it's dog. This one here too. Just don't want it too close to that, but it's going to end up being into the dogs. Could get into highlights, things like that too. Dog's eyes and things are all in here a little bit. So basically, we just need that chair color. So let's see if we find it. I'm going to take and split these piles up here. Look for a value, base value for these guys, tone wise. Probably about a 7, probably 7. Yeah, let's go 7. I'm not, it definitely could be 8, but I'm gonna go 7 because gonna get dark, be dark anyway. So we're gonna go 7, and then we're gonna probably take a few of these colors up a little bit brighter with white. Just to because of the fur. All these yellows and things like these oranges down in here are pretty much already light, the midtones, light midtones. Are then we'll take them to the light berry side of those guys. So enough white to make these guys a 7. That's an 8. That's a good mix too. That's a gray. That's a beautiful gray. And I can't. That's about it right there. That's a beautiful little gray purple came out of that. This, as you can see, kind of definitely you hit some book colors here. See, I passed the 7 though. This is really probably closer to. That's way closer to 6, and I got to freeze up all my color there to bring it back. Okay, gonna have to mix that one up again. There's too much. Grab too much white. This is light oxide red. And that is. No, that's 8. Well, this should do it. Now, this is definitely a lot of books. A lot of books. And it might be as simple as adding just a touch of yellow to that color to make it, to get the green I need for the chair. And the thing is, also, about the chair, if we just stay value-wise, you just get close to it. You don't have to be exact.
Hey Jim, can I be really naughty?
Yeah, what'd you do?
You remember Mary Beth gave me that tube of sap green?
Oh, man, you are naughty. You're not going to go there already, are you?
That sofa is sap green.
Is it?
It's sap green with a bit of blue. It's so perfect. Sorry.
Okay. Sap green. If you have sap green, you can cheat as much as you want.
I thought, wow,
Yeah.
I've been dying to use that.
All right. Good. That's all right. No, yeah, there are so many ways to get around to get colors. That's fabulous. This is really close. This is really close. If I did not have white in here, enough white, this color would have been really, really close to the chair color. Let's see what happens when I go here, though. It's the dark. These guys are supposed to also be dog colors too. So they're just gonna, there you go. Just be a little more neutral. And of course, boy, that, well, we only hit one thing back there. You got the, okay. So I somehow blew through all my darks by it. So don't even need this color that much. But this would be great on books too. That's one thing we got. We got a lot of book colors. That's one of the things you get. This will be definitely in the nose area and things like that. And this one too. And nothing else could be a book. There we go. Time we get done, the class will be over. I'm just gonna take these guys probably let me get this guy a good 2 steps away from that with white. That's really close right there. I think that's probably a 4. No, that's a 3. Okay. Down to 3s. Some of these colors, boy, that's nice. That's really held its color really well. Didn't let white just wash it out. Yellow, that's why I'm saying a good cadmium will not turn to white so quickly like it could have there. Cadmium jellos usually don't have a whole lot of power. These guys are holding up really good tinting wise. Oh, wait a second. I just jumped a little too far on that one. I knew that too as soon as I put it down. Back. I'm not jumping. That's good. Oop. This is the orange side. You can see that. Yeah, that you can just feel it when you put something over like this. You run this over it. You can just feel how it goes in there. That this color's in there a lot. Maybe a little lighter, maybe a little darker, but it's kind of it's in there. In that, at least in that photo. Could be a lot different when I start to paint it, but hey, okay. So those look good. Like I said, I want to save this room here. I want to find that 1 second. I'm going to find that color. Color for this chair. This is just, I took this from phthalo green and transparent oxide. I'm just going to add just a hair of
Orange does it because I did it by mistake.
I was going to say orange just because you need red.
Yeah, and it just came out. I was mixing my orange with a tad of phthalo green, and I picked up, no, it was supposed to be, I don't know what it was supposed to be, but anyway, I mixed the wrong thing, and I got this pea green that is the color of the chair almost.
Yeah, it's really close. Close enough for government work. Just a touch more red. So it is. Sap green. We have sap green, folks.
Love it.
We made sap green.
You did. Yeah, you did.
Transparent oxide, phthalo green, and orange. Okay, let's see if we add white, a touch of white to it to see about the highlights getting down in here. I don't know if it'll it should be fine. I mean, we should be able to add enough white. Just don't want it to chalk out, and that's one of the things that happens. Chalk out just like this. It just gets, you lose everything here. So we might have to add just a little bit of yellow instead of white back to it to get the sun back into it. Yeah, not enough. That looks like orange. Might have been had to add orange now back into it. Let me get it. And, yeah, the orange is where you want to be. Orange and yellow. Orange and yellow will get you there. See, you got it there. Just a touch of yellow, cad yellow light into it for the really hot spots, for the edges. And you're good. And then these guys, basically, we just need to go down a few more steps. One more step for the dog colors. I'm just going to take a little bit of these guys. And I know oxide red, transparent oxide and green will do a great job. And I'm going to take these to a 3. We are really close to, well, 2s, I mean. So I can get these lighter faces, face tones, things. Pretty close. Start to get them just a little too rich, but I think one of the things toning, when you tone the canvas, you are really adding color to your painting, and I think that will take and gray out any of these light spots that are too white in the paint and in here. Yeah, these alizarans and in yellows, these cad yellow ones right here, these first 3 here, really are interesting. Boy, this one's just a touch of paint there. I don't need that much. I'm never lighting it up enough, but this would be a nice warm pink. Yeah, screwed that one. Yeah,
I kept up writing down all the colors, even though I'm behind mixing, until you are this row you're doing now. Are they all just right below them?
yeah, I just took
Yeah.
those ones right there. Yeah, and just
Okay.
adding white to make them about a 2.
Okay.
Yeah. They're already close to 3s and 4s right now, and then 5s and 6s up here.
Right.
So I think that should do it. I also took this is these transparent oxides here in green, in the yellow. I brought those guys down too because I thought I'd need them.
Okay.
So, but these are just pretty much way too many dog colors. You probably could have painted it in 3 or 4 colors. But I didn't wanted to have something to play with. We're gonna do an overall color for probably the background that we can just put colors into the books quickly without doing a bunch more mixings here and stuff. So nice when we tint it, maybe we tint the background just a little grayed out. So
Okay. Jim, I tried to mix along with you, and as usual, I failed miserably.
That's okay.
So I'm going to follow her guidance there. Will you go back over the colors and just slowly tell me what the mix is, and then I'll put it together with the picture that I've taken of your palette.
Okay.
Thank you.
I am right there right now, in fact. We should be pretty close to it. I think these will get us a good block in. But like I say, most of the colors are right here. They just might need to be lightened up or darkened up, and that's about it. I think all the colors should work out pretty well. The first two colors here are phthalo green and alizarin. This one I just ran out of alizarin. And this one's just slightly dark, and then we took them to about a 7 value wise. There we go. Now you can see. Now it doesn't stand out as much. It almost starts to fall into place finally. Good looking book. There's a lot of good books in there. That's all book color, basically, we're painting. Now, so this is a phthalo green and alizarin. You come down to about a 7 with adding enough white to them. And they work out pretty good. Over here, we went with light oxide red and light oxide red and phthalo green, and then brought it down to about a 7. This is on the red side, this is on the green side. Then we did transparent oxide red, and then transparent oxide red is a lot darker. So when we add the green to it, you can really start to see the warmth show through. And then we added enough white to make it, a sap green. No. And then we have blue and cad red light. Usually here at this point too, I'm canceling out one color. I would have done blue and oxide red light over here. But I decided just to go with the cad red light because it can do two things. It can be a really kind of a rich red, and it also will do a nice grayed out purple. I don't need that many purples, so I figured, just go that way. I can get the dog's face out of these colors. I'm talking the nose and things like that.
Wait. Okay, the last one from the right is what?
This one is transparent oxide up here and yellow.
Okay, Tiro and yellow.
Yeah.
And the second to the last one on the right?
This one?
No, up on the top. On the top.
Oh,
there you
up
go.
here?
Yeah.
This one right here? Or this?
Yeah.
This is transparent oxide and green.
All right, got that. Then
And
the next
this
one is
cad red light and blue. See, there had to be a reason to have blue on my palette, so I had to use it. So that's what I came up with. No, those guys make a nice kind of rich brown. You can see it in a lot of stuff back there. Gives me a nice cool color up there. Okay, down here we have transparent oxide and yellow. Taking them, they're pretty much already value-wise, they're close to a they're close to about a 6 anyway, 5, 6. So adding enough white to make them around 4, 4-ish, maybe 3. That's a 4. That's a 3. Then over here we did again alizarin and yellow. So we got just a cooler red against a warmer red. That's just going to add so much to doing that fur, light fur like this. It should work out really good. And then over here, we did cad red or cad orange, and a little bit of phthalo green, and just a little bit, and just a little bit more, but not much. And then brought those guys down. This is the color I kind of came up with for the chair. It was transparent oxide green and green, transparent oxide red, and phthalo green with a little bit of cad orange in it. And then I brought it down. I had just a little bit of white, but I also had cad orange back into it and just a little bit of cad yellow. And then this one, I just added cad yellow to it. Mix of that with just more cad yellow. Also took these colors down in here, these light fur colors, and brought them down to give me that other, bring them up to some of these other light colors here, closer to twos. And also took these two and brought them down for twos. See if I need them. Everything else I think I can get. If I need to bring anything else down, I got a little bit of room here to, if I need to. If I do, it's probably going to be these guys down up there. But we could be talking the rest of the day. And I'll take 2 hours to draw it in. I'm going to, we got to make sure when you label every book that it reads, right? You remember author, title, everything. Yeah. Oh, good. That was a good giggle. We need that. We weren't going to get it.
We'll have to make sure we notice which ones are dog-eared.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that was good. All right, let me set these things up and get them rolling. See if I can get this. Yeah. It's working. All right, and that's up. So, like I said, I'm going to bring it in just a little tighter, as tight as I can get it here. I'm going to crop off a little bit of the tops and bottoms of the painting, just because there's nothing there in those guys anyway. So they're pretty, just barely cropping it on. Okay, close enough. All right. The nice thing about this is the dog is off to the side just a little bit. It's off center. If you split this painting right down the middle, that's right where the light is. So laying this one out shouldn't be too complicated. I am gonna, because I want a grayed out color scheme. I'm gonna go with a little grayed out color. I'm gonna go with oxide red. Oh wait, light oxide red as my tone. I might add just a little. I'm gonna add just a little bit of blue to it. Just a touch of blue to it, because I want to grade cooler out for the books. I'm not too worried about the dog. I'm not going to put it heavily where the dog is. I'm just going to put it mostly, in the background of the books and chair and stuff. So that's the plan. That's my big plan. All right. So toning this thing down, but like I said, right about halfway. So this is Just a little red brownish color here. Just a little different than normal. And if you split that, okay, just looking at this light wise for layout, dark wise, you just like you split it in half, you pretty much got right where the light's coming down. You split it that one half again, you pretty much get where the light comes in from the side. And then we just got to come up and get where the chair is. And dog is about 3/4. Go right about here. Maybe just a little bit lower right there. That's what keeps the chair. That way I can look back. I don't want the, oh God, the chair. Okay, the chair is going to come in right here. Just, how far I got to drop the dog's head. That should work. Okay. We'll rub this in to get rid of the oil. And whatever I have left, I'm going to just tone this area out. Now that should help me even, I can make this a little darker over here too now. So I'm thinking about the dog's head right about here, probably ending a little bit third of the way into the shadow area, which is pretty much a quarter of the light. So this would come over just a little bit more. Okay. Okay. And then the bottom of the chair comes from the corner, at least for me. I might cheat up a little bit. Just past the corner. Yeah. No, no, no. I should probably be right back there. Okay. I can use after you get you're thinking about this cushion here, that width of the cushion. I think I might be just a little. No, no, that's right. That's right. All right. Seen that second line there. See this Sure, this cushion is just a little bit longer than this one. I don't want two of the even. I don't want these two to be the same width. So definitely the width of that this bottom part of the chair just a little just a little bit bigger. I'm going to put the dog's foot there, coming up. I haven't even drawn out the top. I'm just the way I'm laying this out is just um, a little crazy because it should, I should be measuring some things, but I'm done all the measuring off of this thing here. So we'll see if it comes out right. That also matters if you know, you have to hit angles too, the right angles. Don't hit the right angles, you can screw it. So yeah. This should almost be right here, almost even with that its back haunch here. And like I said, I'm just going to draw a straight vertical line, split the dog's head. So this would be the bottom jowls here coming in. Okay, splitting the head here a little bit. Yeah. So if you split it in half, usually that's going to be right in the middle of the nose, it looks like today. The way the dog is holding its head, its eyes are up just a little higher than normal. Usually when you split the dog's head, this line here is going to be pretty close to the top of the eyeballs. Or not top of the eyeballs, it's going to be on bottom of the eyeballs. But today they're just a little higher. It's slightly slanted. Feels more slanted just because she's squinting. Everything should be pretty even, at least, if you have to after this line, pretty symmetrical coming down here. We will see. That feels pretty good. It feels like this might be a little bit big on this nose. Just a little bit. It should be the outsides. The nose could be a little bit smaller. Coming down here, just looking at the squareness of the muzzle coming down right off there where the eyeballs is. Maybe maybe I am just a little bit inside too. And keeping that face pretty thin here. A lot of drawing more than painting, huh? Just looking to see. Sometimes just painting in the shape will give me a better feel than drawing it. Look like I'm just a little high for the head. Not by much. Usually it shouldn't be more than a brush stroke away. Good chest hairs. Got a couple nice, really good ones. We'll try to get a few of these guys in today. They will really be helpful. Otherwise, I like it's a nice little composition. I might go a little bit too big. Definitely coming out too far. Okay, good enough. Chair back in here. I might take that. I'll probably take that chair back over just a hair farther, because there's a little gap between its ear and the chair and the bookcase, and that hole is just not needed. That might as well just bring that over. Mark out where that highlight is. Just a hair higher. Okay, so I'm just gonna really put that Afghan over just a hair more, so I don't have to think about it too much. You paint those things on it, that's great. Okay, a few things here. And use the side of the board here and draw some straight lines for the bookcase. I just going to use basically a straight bookcase. So make sure those are my straight lines there. And then I just have to a little triangle here, but that's okay. I figure that one, like I was talking about underneath its ear here and couch here was just going to be a little weird. books up there, books up here. We'll stagger them later. And the straight line will be there. But that's the thing is when you start to get to this point, laying it out, these are just straight lines. These aren't anything that needs to be too much of anything here. And then we got that dog-eared book right back in here for you. Here we go. Like I said, definitely you don't need that little thing there, so I'm not going to worry about that. Wipe out a few of these things here. I think it just went too far on the nose. Probably could go a little bit bigger than that, but not much. They do split right down the middle here, that little triangle. There's a little teeny triangle where their hair flips from one side to the other. So at least on Goldens like this. Curly dogs, it's tougher to see. So highlights there coming down should be good. Not worried about too much about any of the flecks there. All right, this will be good enough to get us going. Yeah. Now I'm gonna just go through my darks really pretty quickly. Like I said, there's not a ton of them. It's mostly mid-tones, but the way I thin down my colors here, I'd really like to get these guys in. I'm going to start off with the phthalo green and alizarin. Just go through them really quick, just the way I usually mix them up. I am going to put these down thin. I'm going to start with them a little heavier at the bottom here. Just give the weight some weight down below. I'm just going to thin it out as I go, though, because of there's some carpet down here. And usually just to get started sometimes with your paint, just to get it to feel, thin out right. Start it in a place that's not going to be, you can have some liberties with, you don't have to be perfect. So that's where I was thinking right here. That way I can get the right feeling on my brush, right color, feeling, value, and everything. Because this color, I think, is going to go back. I'm putting it in these bottom books, as a tone. I did say I was going to mix up. Yeah, I did, didn't I? I was thinking about that too. There are so many ways to go at, to paint these books. You could easily mix up one color, mix up one color for every book. But I'm just going to kind of try to bypass that. And just because they're just straight lines, basically, I think I'll be able to, I'll have all the colors, values at least, of these books pretty close. And then I'll just have to tint them to the right color. So putting them in with a transparent color like this at the beginning will be good, because this color will just mix in with the colors and it won't be totally things. I'm going to lower this guy down a little bit because I think he's just a touch too high. And let me start to put blocks of shadow in here. So this is just purple I'm gonna also put it into the shadow of the books, shadow of the thing here. Oh, that's about as far as I go. I forgot about the light on this thing. It doesn't make a difference though. Gonna give it a little bit of a patch where it doesn't come in. Yeah. So same up here. Just put a little bit where that color of the bookcase is, just because I wanted it to gray out too. Also, right on the edges of that couch here in the shadow areas, and the cushion starts just a little darkness right there. I might have to come back and really put it in, but I just want to get some another color in there too. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use this color a little bit in this Afghan too, just to tone it out of here. Because we don't get to it, this will hold value, should hold it in place for us. And again, that's, you know, pretty thin, just really good block in. With that color too, I definitely start to work on the dog a little bit. Basically, it's just its nose. Put a little tone there. And you see a little bit of more right around its lips here. Okay, leave that. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the green side of this. Halo and green. Like I said, trying to find a place you can put it. It's not going to do any harm yet until you get it to right value. Like this. Just a little heavy. But it's going to cool off a little bit of this green and stuff going in here. So the color we're going to be putting in here is going to be a little more opaque than what we have. What I'm doing here for the chair. Also, just bring that color.
Is that a solid green, or is it with the one with the alizarin?
This is with alizarin.
Okay, thank you.
It's on the green side. Definitely thinned out with a little bit of oil and stuff. So I'm not using it full strength. And I am going to come down here and use it a little bit in the shadow area too. on this thing. Also, I'm gonna bring it on the edges of this guy too. Did purple, but and it's probably good too. This isn't going to go too many more places. If you look at the dog, though, you know, in here, this cooler area and stuff, definitely you can see it. So I'm just going to steal some phthalo. And this is very thin. It's just going to get into the colors, but it's not going to try to overwhelm them. So it's not quite as heavy as I did there or here, you know. Well, let's just keep moving. So that's the first two colors. Next one, this is the phthalo green and oxide red. It's kind of a warm brown. You know, I was thinking right here in the leg, you know, it coming down, that would probably be a good spot for it. Maybe the green version, probably for the darker shadow side of that block. And then the red version for the front edge. So just warm against the cool. That's all you need to do. Just going to put a little bit of this underneath the chair and then see where else it goes. Just this chair area here. Got that purple already in there. It's going to be pretty hard to get out of for a while. I'll make sure this is toned down. Definitely anything back behind the chair. Don't want anything to, you know, to pull the eye off the painting. So I am just going to make sure the values back in here at the lower end might be just a hair darker than normal. Not too worried about, you know, the books or anything like that yet. They will come on their own. So I'm just looking at the values in the wall, getting rid of that. You know, finding out where it is. This is the green and light oxide red going together. I have to take this up just a hair higher. Okay. I'm going to run this color too up here a little bit. And these gray, I want to gray these books at the top up even more. So this kind of green, maybe there's going to be like a lot of red kind of books up here and cool and other things. So I want to just have them grayed out just a little bit more than this red. Especially on the sides. Anything that's going off the canvas up top here or to the sides, darkening that up enough. Just keep pushing everything in. So that means even this chair. definitely the problem with the chair. You know, it is going to be leading you right off the edge. So we're going to have to watch that. Okay. Tone wise, value wise, we're pretty good. We've pretty much, got everything here. This green also, I want to start working it into the dog a little bit. I mean, I started putting the phthalo side, phthalo and alizarin in here, mostly phthalo. But this green here is just a little warmer than that. And you're going to start to find it up here in its ears, shadows up here. So I'm just going to thin it out, keep it a little thin. But, the thing is with this, it might end up being here. So when I stroke it in, I want to follow the fur. Just in case it does end up being full, especially on the side of the ear, this side over here. You can see a little green tinge to this orange here, his ear. So there's probably going to be some orange going in here too, but sometimes this color just, if its value's right, will be good. Like right here, coming up against its eyeball or eye right here, just it's that bone popping out here around its orbital socket. Popping out right there and on both sides. Could be probably be a little warmer too. I'll probably go with the red side. But that's pretty good for the green. I've got that. I mean, it's elbow in here. Good. Okay. There we go. The red side, I'm just going to do the red side mostly. Like I was thinking, kind of go a little bit deeper in the back, these ears back in here. This is oxide red, phthalo green on the red side. Leave it green on top and just bring this red in around the outsides there and back down in here too. Keeping it pretty transparent, so it's right into its little mustache underneath its nose. Then I find it in the creases of the eye too. Right in where everything kind of comes down, the eyeball meets the eyelids meet, all right about in here. That little crease is just usually oxide red and green.
Do you switch from the alizarin and green to an oxide red and green?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I've been doing around in here, and a little bit more grayed up out there with a little bit more. That's what I was doing with the green side, and then
Right.
as I got in here, yeah. And then just to the red side, when I get into here around these warmer areas in the mouth. It slips right at the edges. Definitely, I probably could almost use it, in the shadow wrinkles here on the side of its face here. See, most of these paintings are built off of the underpainting. These underpaintings are so, just getting that extra color into the paint, and this is like one of the best places to put it in, so it's kind of seamless, or it's just kind of blends in with everything instead of, you know, axing, pushing the color afterwards. And this way it just kind of blends in. Just looking for little creases. I think usually in the shadow areas here, like I said, they tend to be a little warmer in the sunlight. And that's what I'm kind of finding here. A little redder on that side, greener on this side, looks like. It's a little cooler. This just reinforces the drawing. Keep reinforcing your drawing a little bit as you go. Again, it looks good over here again. I will have to straighten it out. Yeah, when we get done here. I kind of feel like I got it pretty good, but okay. And that's where the forehead is. Light darkening and just behind here a little bit. That's where the bookshelf is.
Hey, James,
Yes.
I added a little bit of darker color between where the paws overlap. There's like a little triangle. Is it too soon to be doing that?
Oh no, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, no. No, you mean right there? Right
Yeah.
about in here?
Yep.
No, just that's okay. That's a good spot. You're good. That's the thing is a part of this stuff is overpainting. You want to overpaint, and that's a good point. That getting the stuff in and letting the fur blend into it is going to give you a nice, better blend, natural blend than coming in later and putting in the line. It's just more work. In fact, that's all it is. It's just, and it just has a little bit better feel for me when you put it in, over paint and then paint your light colors over top these guys. It's so much cleaner and just feels has a little bit better feel to it overall. Yeah. So yeah, pointing that thing in is perfect. Don't worry about it. You're good. Okay. Uh, you know, even if, if I start to see things like you can almost see his foot underneath here too. But I'm not going to worry about that. I don't want anybody looking there. If they're looking there, we lost. That's the thing. If they look there too soon, at least. If they get them to spend all their time up here into the head. So, all right. Okay, I got we not too bad there. I'm gonna go on to our other greens here, our warmer greens. These guys are gonna go pretty quick. A lot of times I'm gonna probably have to come back and do the books, add these colors into the books. But right now, I'm just gonna kind of move along. This is transparent oxide with phthalo green. This is the green side. Or, wow, that's really close to what we need too. Without being sap green. I want to put it in as my main color. In here, and then I'm going to come back with that sap green as a more as opaque, and do the rest.
What color are you painting with now?
This is transparent oxide and green. This is on the green side.
Okay.
And I'm just see these transparencies I'm getting here of my brush strokes. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. I want in here too. I don't want this to be too solid. You won't get that felt feel to it, but how. So you want to. This will help get that feel with a little bit of strokiness, without too much work. I want to load up this back end too, a little bit of this thing. I was mentioning before, tone this back edge out. So it's almost the same as the value of it's underneath the chair on this back edge. And then thin it out as I come. Just to take away the eye going off the painting. So we keep everything just a little bit more interesting. Nothing else, I could bring. What I'll need to do, might have to end up doing, is bringing the tail in over here too. Instead of just having it wrap around there, maybe if I break this with the tail, that will help too. That will slow the eye down, slow this whole area down a little bit. Okay, I'm ready to go up and do the top area. I'm going to put it in a little thicker. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to go to the next color, which is the brown side. Wait, sorry. Just going to cheat this color over into some of this fur. Yeah, you guys don't have to paint with me. You guys can go as fast as you want. If you can, that's the thing. You don't have. There's other ways to attack this painting. Fur wise, but so not a big deal. One of the things I'm going to be doing on the fur though, on this leg here, you know, you see the shadow cuff right here, the shadow cuffing his wrist right here, and then coming through here. Looking at the creases in the arm and here where the fur starts to come over it. You know, you want to just follow those shapes. See with those shapes as simple little triangles. You know, like this one, that's a little triangle. How it comes off there. Then there's another triangle right above it. That's more in the browns, but it still has some green in it. Then it gets into the ear, right? Some of the other hairs there. Okay. Anything else? No, I think that's pretty good. Look for this green, probably reflected. A little farther into its face here. That's one of the things when I'm doing this. I'm just really looking to separate tones out, the warmth and the cool. You know, was reflecting more heavily, just the green of that chair than other areas. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go there and there. I'm going to put just a tiny cast of it, just a thinned out stuff into its front face here because I'm just going to mix that. It's going to be mixed in here really neat. More transparencies I can force in here or get in here. The more of those basically fur colors I mixed up will be more interesting. They won't be so orange and yellow and stuff. So they're going to have a mix with these guys and be so many different other neat colors. So even around these eyeballs, just pushing in a little green in the corners to sink them back a little bit. Okay, probably in the front of that muzzle too. It's a little more real. All right. Then I'm going to go to the red side of that. You're going to find this color. It's great for getting in here and doing the line work, basically doing these shadows, these warm shadows of the fur. Especially against this thing. And this is where I'll start to figure out what's going to cross over, where things go in that middle of the chest here. The angles, some of my neck strokes are going to have to be at. So, but this is really great. This is really going to go pretty fast. This color right here, this is again, just transparent oxide and green. It's gonna, you know, it can even back here when it's thinned out at the right weight, it's gonna be heavily into these shadow oranges back in here. Gonna just, like I said, tone it off a little bit on the back edge of the of of it of her. I'm gonna have, like I said, I'm gonna move the tail a little bit. So this color is perfect for that. Just getting that back edge and turning it in here. It'll be much more interesting. Breaks that line. That's pretty good. Can always have that, um, you know, a little bit of uh, tail come over and stuff, but it's just having it break that way is a good idea. In fact, to slow the eye. Okay. So, yeah, transparent. Going through here, just getting rid of any kind of the tones here a little bit, knowing that I'm going to be coming in here with a lot of light color. And if I can get a feel of depth, you know, like this, that's that's really a nice fur color in here. So, and that's again, transparent oxide and just a little bit of phthalo. And this is on the transparent oxide red side. Should be able to start getting into some heavier spots here now. When I get up here a little bit closer to the ears and the areas. That green's always going to come through on the second row. When we get a little bit of color in here, the green will pop through. So, all right. I'm going to put it right in this crease too, into its head crease, right up in here, just as a transparent color, because then the opaques will grab it and, like I said, have fun with it. Right above the eyebrow here on the back head here, in the temple area back in here. Just a little tone coming down here on the cheek. That should do it. Okay. Forgot about its feet. Just these bottom sides a little bit. Drag it over. Could have been green, but this will work. All right. Like I said, I just wanted to get rid of anything too bright. Okay. I'm gonna switch to a smaller brush now and just do his nose, work on his nose a little bit, going into the blue oxide, blue and cad red mixes. So I'm gonna switch to a little bit smaller brush. Be able to do those guys. Now we're just gonna look for this angles and stuff. I'm gonna do the blue side first because it's just a little darker.
Which color is that?
This is blue and oxide cad red.
Blue and cad red. Okay.
Yeah. And I am going to just, my blue's just a little strong. Paint that nose in. Feel like it. Hair short. Gonna go to the red side now, just a little bit. I'm gonna put the blue in. It's kind of went a little too dark. Yeah, it should have been on the red side anyways, but that's not too bad. A lot of this color can probably even go into a lot of the books back in here. But we're going to just keep moving. And work on the dog a little bit. You're going to find most of the colors in the front. If I start with these guys in the light, by the time my brush gets done or touches everything, it's going to probably be okay to go into the shadow areas because I got a lot of that shadow color already mixed in. So it should work out. I'm going to start off with some of my yellows down here now, some dog colors. I'm going to start off with just the way I made them up, transparent oxide and yellow. This is on the transparent oxide side, so it's a little warm, dark. So I'm going to look in these darker areas where I have some darker fur. And when I throw it in here, I'm just going to keep it running in the same direction. I see these, spots coming off his head up here. And I can get these guys in pretty quickly, and it starts to darken in. It's going to be really pretty good for a lot of these darker areas. See how this kind of fur kind of comes around here, drags back around to its face, and then gets into this chest fur. See, if I was smart, I would have been smart. I would have put in that dark collar in there, or you know, where I was thinking. If I would have been smart, I would have done that. But I'm not smart. So, but just getting it in here. Okay. Now I'm going to be smart. Go back. And come back in and do a couple of these oranges. Definitely as I get, that color peters out, definitely you can start to bring it into these longer, wider areas. That's just one color. That's just the transparent oxide and yellow. Definitely on the transparent side. Let's see, just might have to just keep pushing that color in there a little bit and come up here around its, just around its edge. Just has a little bit of warmth around the outside here. A lot of times I'll make it cad red and stuff. I might still do it, but right now I'm going with this oxide red and yellow. And I'm just mixing it in with that some of the transparent colors we put in earlier. Really, all I got to do is make this color just come forward, just get a little bit more opaque here and there in certain spots. It's not like everywhere. I want a lot of transparencies right here to happen back in here and behind the ear. But right here, that's opaque. This one little spot here. And that's all I have to really get full board with the paint. Everything else can be still transparent. That's why I'm putting it in with a bristle brush too, because it doesn't go in just like a synthetic. Synthetic will make it just go in a little too clean all the way over around and won't have the same effect. This plays better with transparent things like this when you're working on fur like this and you want a mess. You don't want, you want a feel of tangle without overdoing it. So I'm just going to work the warmth back into its body on the back end. And this is going to be, this is going to be probably pretty close to where I want to be. I want to make sure I get some of this. Maybe I'll go a little darker too into the tail here coming forward. It's going to be a longer tail. Might want to get that in, and then I'll get the rest of the couch in. But that's feeling is about right on this back edge. Kind of thin yet. Then we'll just let the thickness of the paint do the work. Trying to keep this one a little simpler. You can see it on this back edge here too. You can see coming through right in here. So the nice thing is it goes into these shadows, and then when you go into these shadows, you got all kinds of room to play. You don't have to be perfect. It doesn't. A lot of times, what I'm doing right now, just putting this red, this orange into those transparent colors I put in underneath, these purples and greens and things. Gonna be pretty much good enough. Gonna get the right idea. Gonna come back here and do the back at this here. This might go a little more red, so I'm gonna switch down and go to Cad Red and Alizarin here, and this is gonna be on the Alizarin side. Just want to get this orange red in back in this guy a little bit. I can see where it goes there. As soon as you start laying the stuff in, you can start to see where it might go a little heavier. Yeah. I'm not going to be playing over here too much. Okay, I'll leave that alone. That a little heavier in the tail here. All right. Gonna try. Yeah. Gonna go to. This is the cad yellow side of that. And it's one thing about cad yellow and stuff. It's really is. You can opaque. And it's strong and it'll hold the line. So when it gets into this red and stuff, it has you can get a nice clean line with it. So it's really good for these areas here that need to pop out a little bit stronger. The other color is just too transparent. So this one works really good because it's still with the alizarin, and the alizarin is a transparent color. So you get a little bit of both. You get the transparent side and the big side. So okay, all right. So we're getting pretty quickly. Going through here. We start to pull out some of these light hairs right here. This is going to be a tight, nice little area right here because you got a lot of nice fur things sweeping in and across the light. And then you got this twist here of fur coming from the chest, coming down to its feet. The feet coming down here to the beautiful little toes. And everything else should shoot us around somehow. Like I said, I'm not going to put the basket in. I don't think I am. I'm going to bring up this fur just a little bit more on this side to cover up the edge of that Afghan a little bit. Just a little bit more. Don't want that Afghan line to take the painting, viewer's eye off the painting. Okay. Yeah. Basically just a thin oil here sheen. Just to see how this face looks when I tone it in. Just a little bit of oil and what I had left on my brush there. Yeah, eyes are just a hair too big. But the nice thing is, they're not going to be that far off. And I have all the colors to fix it. So, and usually it's just a brush stroke off. Shouldn't be much more than that. You can start to see when I go like this, like you can start to see where the phthalo green starts to, pop out of there, and you go, yeah, that's what I was looking for. That's what I was counting on that. Okay. So I got rid of a lot of tone there. That's good. I just wanted to, because we're going to be going to some of these darker ones really quick. Which one is this? This is the. Oh, I did that. I want to go just a little. This is a cad orange and phthalo green. As you get going here at this last part here, definitely everything is going to get a lot less usage. Colors and stuff, everything's going to be, you have to go a little greener on that, or because it's looking just like everything else. So maybe you're going to find that in some of the curls on the right before it bends, or you're going to find just a little bit of this green orange here. We have a lot of it back in here, but this is a different kind. This is a little cooler, but I'm going to bring some of this back into here too. Little stabbings of it. Right in here. Right in there, the fur. Cheekbones. You okay?
Oh, yeah. Just get a little bit lost occasionally.
Oh, I'm talking about just trying to keep it simple. And this is going to look a little, I want a little bit of a mess here. Because the more mess I have, the less, when I put in the money strokes over these fur things, the big strokes, the ones that, going to carry the weight of the fur.
Right.
Yeah, I just want a little mess underneath them so it feels more natural. Okay. Time we have? 15 minutes. Okay. We might run a few minutes late. I just want to start putting in some of this lighter tones for you. And I better get going. I'm just got to test it a little bit. Go a little more. All right, these first two going with transparent oxide and yellow with white. This is the mid-tone. This is on the transparent oxide side. And I could see it in this forehead up here, it going into the shadow. And then the lighter version right here with the more yellow coming into these light, just that little area stuff. So this is just a little more white and a little more yellow coming in here. All I want to look for is just to get this blocked in today. About it for the color in the face. And do a few over here. This is that alizarin and yellow. Just a little more on the alizarin side. Yeah, just too bright. I should have stayed with midtone. Okay. When you put this fur in, you have to really twist your brush off. You know, you can lay it in flat. Here, let me put this one in, lay it in flat, twist it, and then when you get off here and stuff, you really gotta really twist it off the back end of your stroke. Close. No cigar. So yeah, this fur in the front can go really quite fast. That should take, you know, like this kind of stroke. Big, heavy gob of paint on the front, little gob of paint at the end, little twist. Lots of fun. Those two strokes. So everything else is done. Everything else gets a little grayed out, whiter. This is the where the that transparent oxide and green on the transparent side, way up top, we used and we brought it down. We made a kind of this putty color out of it. This is where it goes, right down in here in these cool feet. That cool color right in here. Got a lot of warmth shoved in here, but then you have this color coming in here. It's really nice. This is the green side of it. Oh, it doesn't look that green there either. That's good. So just a hair light. Yes, could darken it up to its regular value almost. Yeah, should have went with that. And you're gonna find that in this back area too. This is where you just really push that brush down and let it open up a little bit and let it do the work. Okay. We are going to be there pretty quickly, so I don't want to out there. So starting to get these paws in. It's going to be fun. They are all the colors are there. So just gotta build it up. Keep it transparent back in here and lose just the wisps of the hair. Get a little opaque. Everything else has to be nice and transparent. So there's your dog's head a little bit. Like I said, I want to get in front of it. But then you can start to see like these are really the killer strokes right in there. Not too many. You got to do them in simple amounts. If I keep going with those and make too many more in that area, they cancel each other out. So you got to stay, try to lay them in groups of 3 and stay away. So that's a good start. Kind of blocked in, kind of, starting to get into the fur just a little bit. But lots of work to do. So it's going to snow here anyway, so might as well work. So we got Suzanne, Callie, Shelly, Luann made it all the way over. Noelle's still here and Sarah's here. So if you guys want to turn your stuff on and show me where you're at, maybe I can help you now. And if not, put it on the student site there and we'll, help you out that way. Kim's up first.
Okay.
Look at this. Whose dog did you paint this time?
No, your dog, this dog.
Man, Kim, that's cool.
Wow.
That is going to be, man, you got a long ways. Has some beautiful stuff going on in the midtones already. What I would just say, God, you got everything there. Just like you said, take it easy when you get to the lights on the fur. Try to make one stroke, do 2 things instead of do 2 or 3 strokes. Try to do them in one.
Yeah. I don't quite have that light color yet. I don't know, but
you're
I'm
getting
close.
there. Well, I found it to be a transparent oxide red and yellow. with white.
Mm.
Really,
I put that on and it was so orange. I had to dial it back with
you might be
gray.
probably more yellow then. If it's too
Yeah.
orange, it's more orange, more yellow, more yellow.
Put more yellow in.
It's more on the yellow orange side, and
Mm.
then the white just really gives it enough body to give you a great stroke. But the face look is coming in really nice. I would, I can't wait till I see all the names on the books and stuff. That's gonna be so much fun. So is that the green you were talking about? Your sap green you got in there?
Yeah, sap green with aquamarine blue.
Yeah,
And then a bit of white and yellow to lighten it down.
that's good. That's good. It works. It works fine. That's the whole thing. It's as long as you're consistent throughout the painting. You're not like moving in like using a different green or something like that. You'll be fine. You can do it. That's good. Yeah, the background's good. I like, that's gonna be fun. That's a really congrats. That's a great start.
Thank you.
Feels very good. Okay, Noelle, let's go to her.
Oh, I'm really far behind because I'm still trying to draw a different dog.
So is everybody else. Oh, you went with your black dog. I tell you, when you sent me those photos and stuff, and I go, oh my God, they were so hard to paint because, if you don't get a certain light source on the labs, you can't see what's going on. You can't see
I
shape.
was trying to think the whole time, trying to figure out which colors to use for his black fur. We know
Okay.
which. So.
Yeah, you're gonna have to stay with those.
And I had to
The
redraw.
very dark. Yeah, his values, his highlights are just gonna be mid-tones. Probably. You're not going to get very, very bright on them, very many spots. So, but
I didn't know. I'm trying to figure out, on the warm and cool colors, like my sunlight's kind of coming through here. But should I do the face in more of the warm, dark tones, and as we move this way in the body, go more to the cool ones?
Pretty much, that's what I would do. And then just you're still going to have cool darks in there too, but the outsides of the painted shapes are usually going to be a little bit more red. We'll have a little more tone to them, and then when you get to the shadow sides, it's kind of flip flops, where the reds go into the creases and stuff and take you in, and where
how much of that can I do, like for those types of shadows, like after I do the midtones?
Oh, you can still come back in and do them. Yeah, you got room. You got room. You got adjustments. You can always make adjustments. It's oil.
I mean, it's really hard to paint a black lab. I just starting with the dark tones.
It is.
I lose the shape.
Yeah, it's like only you know the colors until you get that just that mid-tone in there that tells you what those colors are in there. So you're kind of guessing, but just using the blue goes farther back. The red sometimes comes forward, but sometimes it goes all the way back. That's the thing. This is just playing around.
Okay.
So, but show it to us, and I'll try to help. And then also show us your photo, and that way I can always have that to work with.
Okay.
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 Good job. Okay, Suzanne, we're coming to your way.
I just have mine sketched out, which is like just keeping the getting perspective and all.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm going to go back and watch it to get the colors in and things, but I'm really slow, so this is a good start.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I understand that completely and stuff. I try to push to get as far as I can in one sitting.
Oh, sure.
And stuff. So
I don't have the Facebook place to post because I finished my boat one like after several days.
You can send them to me. You can just send them back on that same link.
Okay.
Video email link, and I'll get it, and I can I'll critique it for you and send it back.
Okay.
And if it's
Thank
really
you.
good, I'll put it up on Facebook and say it's mine.
It won't be that good.
Well, we can try. All right, so we'll try that.
Okay.
All right. Then we got Sarah up here. Sarah's calling. Sarah, you're usually at the back end.
Yeah.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah,
You
that's
really
neat.
caught that dog's eyes. You got the squint on them. You're starting to get the values. Good job about going dark. And now we're going to bring in the light.
Mhm.
It's usually the best way. It's usually how this is going to work out really well.
Cool.
Good greens. Did you use sap green or did you go with regular green?
I used the regular green.
Smart girl. That sap green is for saps. So don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Really good. I love where it's going so far. You can start to really, right now you're in the mid stage, so you get you don't get a lot of jump on the dog till you get to a couple steps away more. But that's the drawing looks good. The layout's good. The colors are darks and greens and look good so far.
Okay.
Keep going, and we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Will do.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Oops. So we got somebody left. Oh, Shelly. You got to turn on your video. Everybody has to turn on their video. Let's see what I got here. Kim Noel. I already got those guys. Shelly. Okay, Shelly's coming. Sorry there, Sarah.
That's okay.
Whoa, look at this girl. Congrats, you got that background in. Nice. You can feel the weight of that painting already. The darks, even though you don't have anything painted that much on the light of the dog, you could really feel the light already how that's gonna work.
Yeah, I'm as hesitant to even start on the dog because I didn't get the colors right to begin with. So I've got to go back and remix.
Well, there's only a few colors you really end up needing on that dog. That's the transparent oxide and red and yellow, or it could be burnt sienna if you don't have transparent oxide.
Yeah.
And then the alizarin and cad yellow that came in really handy, and then just the orange and the little touch of phthalo green in it. Those are really it. And then everything else in the dog is kind of mixes of the cool midtones we have going in there.
What would you tell me again on the Facebook to send it?
Yeah.
I got onto Facebook. I'm very proud of myself. I got onto Facebook, and I can see some of your videos. It doesn't look like there's anybody else there though. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm on the right one. So
yeah, you probably went onto my professional site. The professional. I mixed up, made the mistake a long time ago, and I could not get rid of that group for some reason. The other group, I'll send you a link to it.
Okay, that'd be great. That'd be
Okay,
great.
that's
I think
the
I
best way.
also have 2 links, so I'm trying to straighten that out. So if you send me the new one, that'd be terrific. Thank you.
Okay, then you'll know which one it is. Okay,
Yep.
no problem. Okay, anybody else? Let's see. Kaylee.
Yeah,
Kaylee?
I can try.
Okay,
I think
she is. There she is. Okay.
I think I go too fast considering my abilities. So I end up losing the subject. But I tried to zoom in a little bit because my canvas is smaller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you. That's another thing. Being able to keep up is the size of your canvas. If you can, yeah, that's good. Let's see that again. Now, I'm not done with you yet. Oh, that's fun on the face. Good job on the face so far. I like seeing that stuff. The light, you got the lights in the right place. That face is probably still going to go lighter.
Yeah.
And you got the couch in there a little bit. Nice. And then the books, values, just gray values back there for the books, and they'll help out. You got a good, and congrats. That's a block in too. That's having a block in a few hours on a painting is really good. and then just build the light. You know, the thing is, you know, you spend your time on the money. That's a great stroke too, underneath his neck. That little heavy dude, that little stroke of fur underneath his neck, on his neck. That's a good stroke. That's a good first stroke. That's a really, whatever he did there. You know, build off that.
I have to like keep, you can see my spatula marks because I keep losing the placement of like the arms or the definition of the face. This is the first time I've done like a straight on face, and it's a lot harder than the profile.
It is, because you do have to, you know, line those eyes up and make sure the nose is lined up. Yeah, you're going to find, even as you get going, don't spend too much time on the eyes till you know that they are exactly where they should be, because they just feel like the one's too high, one's too low.
Yeah.
So, but that's a heck of a start. I like that. And I like the use of the spatula is good.
It's my favorite tool. I have to keep removing things all the time, so it's
And
handy.
it helps. It does help. It's a great little eraser. And the thing is, the more you paint, the less you'll need to use it, as you know,
Fingers
for that.
crossed. Well, maybe in 10 years.
10 years. We're working on it. It's a work in progress.
Thanks, James.
Okay. I think that's everybody. Let me know if I missed anybody. There was a few people here earlier and stuff, but they're gone. I will finish mine up and see how it goes. I might even do a second video too for this one too, because I think we didn't get that far. It could definitely use, you know, some more talking and a lot more fur things going on in it. But if I do, I'll let you know.
I'd be interested to see just how detailed you're going to be in the eyes, you know, pupil wise and all of that sort of thing. So as you go into the finer details of it, it'd be interesting to have some close-ups.
Okay. All right. Good enough. I'll try that. Close-ups would work. Yeah, anything you guys, you know, let me know. You know, we'll try it out and see if it works. And that's about it.
Okay, thanks.
All right, guys. Finish them up when you can. Like I said, next week, I will try and be here. Like I said, I'm coming in from Atlanta the night before. And the way the air traffic control is, we might not, you know, who knows if we get bumped off and stuff. I'm just giving you a fair warning. I would let you know, so check your emails.
Are you coming to the booth? Is that why you're here? You're coming to the booth?
Yeah, I'm going to the booth.
I was going to sign up for that because I live about 2 hours away, but I knew I couldn't do this in person with you. I can't go that fast.
Nobody can. No, yeah.
If you can be there, Suzanne, in person, I recommend it. I thought it was really helpful to watch James in person, specifically the brush strokes. And I think the video, often you lose the dimension. So I found in person to be really helpful. I think that doing it online only, I'd probably have struggled more.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Well, we won't have snow here, but it will be chilly. By our
Suzanne, it
standards,
goes a
it's
lot
chilly.
slower in the in-person ones
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because they're like 6 hours
pizza.
long all day long.
Yeah, I do get
Okay.
more time to paint. Usually I'm hustling a little bit, trying to have something at the end that looks showable. I'm not too embarrassed to
Alrighty.
say, hey, there, what do you think? But they go so far. They change so much anyway. So it's about halfway.
Well, good luck on your trip.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I think we should be good. I'm usually have a decent turnout, so we should be
Oh,
all
yeah.
right. Anyway,
All righty.
okay, guys, finish them up.
Take
Hey,
care.
post them when you
Bye-bye.
can anyway, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, hope to see you next
Bye-bye.
week.
Okay, guys, bye.
Bye-bye.